Hi everyone, I'm Cal from the Be More Outdoors YouTube channel. Today I'm climbing up to Penifan, having parked at the National Trust car park at the bottom. And depending on the cloud cover and how I feel, maybe do the ridge walk. I've ascended into the clouds now. The path up to Penifan from the National Trust car park, which is what I'm following, follows the Brecon's way. There's another path to the west of me, which is from more of a lay-by, and also goes up to Penifan, which follows the Cambrian way. On the way to Penifan, doing a little detour and to get to Condu, but I doubt I'll see anything. Nearly to Condu. I have to say I didn't think I'd get to here. It was a bit of a scramble back there, and yeah, I don't do iffy. Wind's quite strong up here, at one point being swept sideways, but hopefully be alright getting to Penifan. Looking forward to the cloud dissipating. People appearing from the cloud, it ghosts. Tricky steps down from Penifan. On top of the larger slabs are some looser, smaller pebbles. I've done Condu and Penifan, and I'm now heading to Cribyn, and the path has gotten considerably quieter now. The clouds dissipated, but the climb to Cribyn now starts. Looking back, this is where I've come down from Penifan and onto the climb to Cribyn. Still making my way up to Cribyn, but I'm now in the clouds. It's a bit of a shame. I reached Cribyn. There's quite a view down there. Now that I've reached Cribyn, I've got a decision to make. I either go back the way I came, which is short, but it's got some steep downhill and uphills. From my point of view, it's also the familiar route, having done it, and therefore safe. Or I go on and do the ridge walk, which is about, I think, 12 kilometers from here back to the car. It's relatively flat, but I'm just a little bit worried that I won't make it back in time. And I say that, I'm just catastrophizing, because sunset's at 8 o'clock. It's now about 12 o'clock, so yeah. Right, guess I'll do the ridge walk then. What a spectacular view down from Cribyn. From Cribyn, I'm now following the Cambrian Way. The Cambrian Way, along with the Brecon's Way, is on my list of walks to do, albeit probably in several sections because they're quite long. So the Cambrian Way goes north-south across Wales, so starting from, I think it's called Conway Castle, down to Cardiff Castle, and the Brecon's Way goes west to east, or vice versa, across the Brecon beacon. The sun's come out and it's absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I just got distracted there, just trying to avoid being sucked into this quagmire. But as I was saying, it's just turning out to be a gorgeous day. This walk is quite a big step for me. It's quite hilly, it's long by my standards, and while there are some people around, I'm not walking it with somebody, and makes me quite nervous, really. There's no real reason. It's not, middle of nowhere. So help can get to me if I needed it. Still, feelings doesn't really follow logic, and I was feeling nervous when I started this morning, and I gave myself a bailout option, which is basically get to Cribyn and then turn back and go back the way I came. But there's no logical reason not to continue on the ridge walk, given the time that I've got and the weather has cleared. So ultimately, this walk for me is to press the mute button on those doubting thoughts and feelings, and just prove by doing this walk that I can do this. I can do walks like this. While the ridge walk is well trodden, it's not waymarked, so you'll still need a map or a GPS, ideally a GPS and a map, to make your way around. Completed the hilly section of the walk now, so as you can see behind me, it's flat for at least a little bit. So I'm going to try and power on, get some miles under my feet. But I'm hoping over on the other side there is where I'll be walking on the way back, because it looks quite cool, and I think it's the ridge I would have been able to see from Penifan had it not been in the clouds. Time will tell. Just taking the time to look back. To get to that ridge that we can see, I'll be taking the path there to the right of the tree line. Starting the climb to the ridge on the other side. And as you do, thinking about why it is that I doubt whether I can do a route or a challenge. And I think it's the weather and the situation that I could potentially find myself in. And I don't mean sunny, warm weather. I mean rain and wind and cold. Because I don't think that I can cope with it very well. And because we're in the UK, the cold, wind and rain condition is quite common, and things can change quite rapidly from a sunny conditions to conditions which would be a challenge for me. So I've decided to recognise it, first of all, accept it, secondly, and thirdly, address it not by suddenly going to Antarctica or anything as grueling as that, but just baby steps. So today, for instance, it started off cloudy, rainy, windy. I mean, it turned out to be a beautiful day, but still, I didn't know that back then. I hoped for it, but wasn't sure. So, and just do it. Just, make sure that everything else is fine, so I'm able to, within reason, do the route or the challenge. And then go out and obviously check the weather, make sure it's not a storm, and go for it. Oh God, last little bit to go. I'm now following the ridge line that I could see from the other side of the valley. Not a bad view, eh? So I've just walked up to the top of the ridge on this side of that tree line. That's the final bit of ridge I'll be walking along today before I head back down to the car. I'm very pleased I've done this walk today. Not only was it doable, but the weather's been lovely this afternoon, so it would have been a real shame to have missed out on it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I do hope it's inspired you to do this walk or any other walk or cycle or whatever it is that you like to do. Hope to see you on the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care.